right, we are live here, back with the number two with the back with theme park vision. It will be the highlight of the night. Hopefully, I think we got some guests we'll have lined up in the future, so we can do a three-person booth in the future. But as always, we're going to try to go about an hour. We're going to talk about the news and the rumors, and then go into the topics. There's actually quite a bit of stuff to talk about. Probably the most news we'll have all year, maybe. But
hopefully by the 40th we'll have more.
yeah, and then
Hopefully.
This whole thing they've been advertising 40th anniversary everywhere, and then I hear they're like 26 is the 40th anniversary. I'm like,
Yep.
what? Like, what kind of scam is this?
Yep. I think the launch is going to be May 3rd, that weekend. I think that's when they're going to like launch the 40th and stuff. So they're wrapping up the I Will Always Love You festival, and then it's going to be full on 40th. I'm hoping they restock the merchandise though, because they're running out. So.
They ran out the Goo Goo clusters.
Yes, and they ran out of, there was a shirt Eric wanted, and when we went this weekend, they were out of it. All they have is like mediums and smalls. So they said hopefully they'll get more. I'm hoping they have a whole new like look, like a whole new like new set of 40th merch coming out. Like this is like the preview kind of merchandise.
I
I don't know.
thought there was quite a bit of merch there.
So much. And it was funny because when I went, I was taking photos. I tried to get all of the merchandise. And when Eric went with me this past weekend, he was pointing out everything I didn't take a picture of. And I'm like, you know what? There was a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like, I try to post like one picture a day. It's like there's enough merchandise to post for like 2 months that are like sort of different merchandise.
There really is.
But most we're going to get into the news. Most of these news items will be smaller type stuff because if you follow Dollywood, you know they don't exactly break news on a bi-weekly basis. So
No.
the first thing, it feels like every year there's a news that comes out that Dollywood kind of tries to sneak by us. The one this year was the stage close to where the train was at got removed. What were your thoughts on that?
I don't know if so the first time I went over there, I was on the live stream. And
Yeah.
it was funny as I walked right past it twice and it didn't hit me until the third time I came around and I'm like, where's the theater? Which I love the tones. So I think maybe they're going to put them in the Play On show, but I was really sad to see that go because now that whole section is just it's empty. Like I feel like maybe long term they have a plan for it, but yeah, I was really sad. But yeah, no one mentioned that, so I don't know if that was like a last minute, let's take it out, or what happened with that one.
Yeah, hang on just a second. I forgot to send out the link.
Oh, you are good.
Um, Come on. Crap. I feel like there's a second part to this because on the surface it doesn't make sense, and they don't seem to. And like Dollywood doesn't do things without
there's
an
a
obvious
reason.
move.
Yeah. There's always a reason for everything that they do. We just normally find out a few months later or years later.
Yeah, because that stage had been there for back to the 80s and the 90s. I remember going there back when they had the magic show, which you probably heard people mention. That was that.
Eric mentions it all the time. I think that was one of his favorite things, was the magic show.
Yeah, and beside there, that little building they have beside that, which I guess is like a staff building or a storage or something like that. That's where they had the gift shop at for it.
Yeah.
But do you think they will build another similar stage more toward where everything is at?
I don't know. I think maybe there is a long-term goal for that whole area because it's kind of, I hate to say it's a dying area, but when I was walking around there, that kind of hit me. I'm like, there's nothing really over here. Like they've got the Imagination Playhouse now, and the carousel, but it just feels like that whole area is still in development. Like they're trying to figure out what to do with it. Because like the
Yeah,
whole theme of it doesn't flow. So that's why I'm like, I feel like they've got plans for that entire area.
it's pretty much just a train over there.
Yeah,
The
it's
Imagination Playhouse is
mhm.
over there too, but as we said last time, that's in kind of an odd location.
Yeah, that should have went to the
Um,
country fair, but
but yeah, I mean, if they had something in mind, it had to be something related to the train. You would think.
I would think so. It was funny. Me and Eric were just brainstorming the other day and we were just like, what if they just did a whole new attraction over there that's like train related? That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know. The only thing I can think of is maybe they're going to rebuild a show, but I'm I'm not sure what they're going to do with that area. Throw up a festival booth? They have 40 something new foods coming, so
And that was
maybe.
also the area that back a couple years ago they had the horse in the fall festival they would
Yes.
have, and that was kind of
Mhm.
removed.
But they took that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would assume you being that close to the train, you might even be limited a little bit on buildings,
That's what I'm
like
thinking
new
too.
structures as well, like having to be so
Yeah.
many feet away from the train and all of that.
And
Um,
it may be too because the train was there, it was so loud, it was like consistently interrupting the show. So maybe that's part, I don't know. It was a very random move.
yeah,
Like of everything they did, that was the weirdest.
because they certainly don't need less
No,
like theater kind
no.
of places.
They need more. I agree. Like they need a lot more there. So yeah, I think there may have been a technical reason, like maybe it was like the building was falling apart or something. I think there was a reason they did it. They just haven't mentioned why. Now it would be cool if they put the tones back over in Jukebox Junction where they were originally at and they just kind of walk around like what they used to and perform. That may be what they've got planned too. Throw them back in that area.
Yeah, it would make more. It would certainly make sense to have them over there, but then who
Mhm.
knows? I guess I feel like we'll know come the spring, which will probably be out here, and I would assume here.
I'm
In the
hoping
next week or so.
eventually they say something. I mean, unless yeah, I have no idea what they could be doing with that.
Um, the next item, which is really not news, I just want to talk about it because I don't know when I'll get the chance to talk about this person again. And that is James Rogers returned for the press conference, which is, unless you're a long-time Dollywood, you're not going to know who that is.
So Katie updated me. So for anybody who knows, I'm not from Tennessee. I am a newer within the past like 5-6 years where I really started to figure out what Dollywood is and come to love it. But yeah, the history of Dollywood, I know some of it, but she updated me on who that was. And did some really fun comparisons of like, imagine this person coming back to Disney. That's what it was like for all. I was
Yeah,
like, okay.
yeah, I saw her post about it. She's the only person of the people I follow on the
Yeah.
like that is like me that would know who that
That's
is.
like the OG, like big Dollywood, like fans would know
Yeah,
about that. Yeah.
and then the
It's cool
frustrating,
they did it though.
yeah, and the frustrating, like he lives pretty close to me in Ringo, which if that sounds familiar,
Oh.
that's where that's where Dolly got married, and
Mhm.
like he was in concert and I didn't even realize it. Like last year, so I saw like Mac's
He
girlfriend.
was just
I was
there.
like, crap, I should have went to that. But just to show, like he was the one of the signature acts. If you don't know who that is, and just to tell you how far things have came, his theater was where the Imagination Library is.
Yes.
That
Yep.
was his. That was his theater.
Yep.
But I would like to see them bring him back during the fall, like for a couple of days. Like just really like
That would be like just
like
have that there. I'm wondering if he'll be in Play On because the whole point of that is that it's old entertainment acts. So I wonder if maybe that's what they like. That was them introducing and saying, "Hey, he's gonna be in this. Maybe
That's actually
they
that would actually be great.
they haven't announced exactly like what specifics are gonna be involved in that show. That's why I'm like, well, I wonder if this could be it.
Yeah, that would be certainly would be good to have. That's a good point. I would like to see that. Being like this, like that would be a good like Wednesday, Thursday type thing to do.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
like the older crowds goes to.
If they time it right. That's the one thing I was disappointed with the opening weekend was that all the entertainment wasn't there. I went to go watch all the stuff and the string band wasn't performing, Heidi Parton wasn't performing. I was like, okay, well, Heart Song, here it comes.
But the next, but he is also the president of the Eagle Foundation or some version of the Eagle Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So
he was there when Challenger came on stage.
Yeah, so he's got some ties there. But moving on,
or when he talked about Challenger, I can't remember if he was on the stage or not.
He was. Yeah, I think the bird was on there.
Okay, I thought so. I thought he was there. So,
the next thing that I took a picture of, I guess it's newsworthy, is in the Craftsman Valley, a little bit past where the cinnamon bread is. There's something that says "Coming in Spring, Pottery Corner."
Where was that at?
It's like in between. They have the little like beside the like hat leather.
Yeah.
Shop. There's a little thing in a window. I took a picture of it.
I didn't see that.
And it's one of those like they have the little building to the left that does the funny signs.
Yeah.
It's like right beside. And I don't know. But like they had a couple things in the window, which I don't exactly know what that means, but a pottery place would make sense in that area.
That would make sense in that area. Yeah, I think that would fit really well, actually. I like that idea.
But I guess that's one we'll have to come back and see. You mentioned the string band. The female that is in the string band usually, I think her name is Becky. She's had surgery apparently, so she's going to be gone.
Oh goodness! I hope she's okay.
How long? But they had a guy filling in, so that's kind of a quick hitter there. Let's see here. This is somewhat Dollywood, not really Dollywood related, but the Hershans have bought some other theme parks. This happened about a month ago.
Yes.
You know anything about those theme parks?
I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I am just now starting to pay attention to parks outside of Dollywood and Disney.
Yeah.
I don't normally, I don't go to other theme parks very often, but we're trying to expand on where we're going. So, but I haven't heard.
It seemed like they were more like Pennsylvania type area, like Ohio.
Here's my concern with that. I feel like they're going to get to a point where they're obtaining so many parks, they push the other parks aside and don't give them the TLC that they need. That's my only thing that I'm really worried about them consistently buying these parks up. Because it's already like they're kind of one and the same. Like I think Wild Adventure. So I grew up going to Wild Adventure. So I was very shocked when I figured out that was Hershon. But if you look at their fall festival and stuff and Dollywood's fall festival, it's all extremely similar. Like there's not much difference between it. So that, yeah. I guess it's cool, but I'm just kind of worried about them letting Dollywood slip through the cracks or start budgeting more things because, we have to put the budget over here. I don't know if that's how that works.
Yeah, I know. I laughed at one of the names of the parks they bought was called Kennywood.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like Kenny Rogers.
I don't know what it is, but I was like, I think I even asked Eric. I said, I don't know anything about this, but is this like Kenny Rogers' version of Dollywood? And it wasn't.
Yeah, it really has nothing.
But it sounds like it.
It makes sense, yeah. This is probably the funniest story we were talking about all year. It's been 3 weeks and I'm still laughing about this story. If anybody adventurous out there who's friends of ours, if you watch his tasting pass video, he happened to record a guy fishing.
The whole thing. I think that it was hilarious. First off, I want to know how he got into the park with that.
I think it was just fishing line. I don't think he had.
Is that all? I know nothing about fishing.
Yeah.
So you can catch fish without like a hook and stuff?
Oh, he had a hook. He had a hook in.
Oh.
He just like maybe he had a stick or something. He tied it to. But apparently it was a big deal because like Ryan commented, said that people were threatening him and that kind of stuff, or like
threatening Ryan.
No, not Ryan, like the guy. There's like,
I was like he didn't do anything wrong.
People got mad at the guy.
I mean, he shouldn't have been doing it. That's not appropriate. If that was Disney, he would have been banned. Instantly banned. And it took the cast members not cast members, I said Disney, host, it took them a long time to figure out what was happening. if they even stopped him. Like,
and those are like, I assume that's breaking like 6 PETA laws.
It has to be. Like, and I understand it was, I think it was a kid, like some teenager or something.
Yeah,
but at the same time, my thing is, where were the parents and why was he fishing in the middle of a theme park?
Now, I went back and looked yesterday, or not yesterday, when I was there last time, and there's no sign that says you can't fish. There used to be.
I'm so waiting on it.
Like,
I'm surprised they haven't put it back up yet, because I think his video went pretty viral because of that. So. I'm surprised.
Yeah, like I think I remember them used to having a sign up there, but maybe that goes back 10 years ago.
Maybe they need to find the sign out of storage, dust it off, and put it back up, because apparently it's a thing.
But if you walk just a little bit further, close to where the water ride's at, there's a little bitty small booth that says like fishing lures and tackle and stuff like that. That I took a picture of afterwards.
Maybe they're gonna take that out too.
So yeah, they might want to take those down too.
Like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I'm trying to share this video, this live stream, also to a different part of my
and
stuff.
If you are watching this, you leave us a comment and we'll answer any questions or topics or anything like that. I see we've got a few people hanging out.
And I just added more to mine. Okay.
One more smaller thing. They have announced the 5 Dollywood storytellers. No, 2 of them were I knew 2 of them. I don't know if you knew the other 3, but there's 2 that I'm friends with.
The Bibbidi Boppity, I don't know her whole channel. I feel horrible. Hold on. I always just remember the first part of people's channel, and I know that's absolutely terrible of me. Please don't judge me. Please don't judge me. Bibbidi Boppity Bats, Amanda. I met her opening day, and she is the absolute sweetest. She was so sweet. She was very, very kind. I don't know the other ones, but those are the 3 that I know. And of course, Maddie, Katie. Yeah. They're my girls, so they're incredible.
Do you know exactly what their job title, or not? Well, I shouldn't call it job title, but what their title means?
It's just storytellers. So basically, they're just like posting like their experiences and stuff on social media. I think it's to like Dollywood's Facebook. It's what it's more geared towards. So they post like different experiences from the park over there on the Facebook. I haven't seen it on anywhere else so far. The only thing I've seen them post on is, I think they post it individually on their own accounts too, but Dollywood's Facebook page is like, it seems like that's the main hub of where they want them to post.
Yeah, it was probably good to go with a different name outside of the Dollywood Insiders. That way, but yeah, so I don't really have much news about that because I don't exactly know what it is. I just know that they announce
It's
that.
just kind of like promoting the park in fun ways and showing people how you can have fun in the parks and the food. Kind of like what we do,
Uh,
but on
yeah.
a less, I guess, a less judgy level.
Yeah, and I know a couple of them were from Florida, so maybe they're trying to get some of that.
Quite a few of them are from Florida.
2 or 3, maybe.
At least 3. Well, I think at least 3 are from Florida.
Yeah. The next thing that I have, now that we're 20 minutes into it already, there's something I saw this. My brother sent it to me yesterday. There's an experience they're going to start selling to you where you climb to the top of Wild Eagle. Have you seen that?
I saw that. No, thank you.
It looks cool. I don't know.
I don't even like when I'm on the coaster and I get to the top of Wild Eagle. It is cool though. Like if you are a thrill seeker and you want to see the track and see the mechanics of it and stuff, that is real. I will say that is a cool thing that they have. My normally non-fear of heights could still not handle that though. And I'm not even scared of heights. And that's a long walk up.
Yeah.
Like that's a long walk.
Right, yeah. It probably easier to ride it than walk.
Just ride the coaster up.
Stop.
No, you hang off the edge. They couldn't do that. Oh man.
The last kind of small thing that I have till we get into the real big news that happened was Dolly showed up at the Kinfolk show in San. So I thought that was really cool.
Oh, did she? I didn't see that part. So she sat in the audience.
It was on Adventures Out There, his like hour-long video.
Yeah.
And she got up there and made like spoke before the show and sat in the audience and
that's so sweet.
So it was cool to see the people that but like that would be tricky to do. Like hopefully nobody like bugged her too much.
No, I hope not either. I'd say she was there, but I'm sure she wasn't as into it as normal. But maybe she was. Maybe working's just her way of coping.
Yeah. And on to the big news. Well, I guess there's 2. They announced the Legacy ride is getting refurbished, right? Or a Legacy ride. Do you know which one that is, or any speculation?
I thought it was. Is it not Blazin'? Is it one on top of Blazin'?
I don't know. That was kind of my question. I was a little bit confused about these.
I think they're talking about Blazin' because originally there was a rumor that they were supposed to be doing Daredevil Falls, and then Daredevil Falls it was supposedly not opening, but then it was opened that weekend. So that's not what it is. Unless they've got long-term plans, maybe like after this year or when winter hits, they're going to refurbish it. But the only Legacy ride I could really think of is either, a lot of people aren't going to like this, Blazing Fury, or they're going to rehash the train and get an electric instead. I still think that's coming. They're having so many issues with this train.
Yeah, that's like almost an entire episode.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but that's what Disney ended up having to do. But that's the only thing. Maybe Rampage? Maybe. But there's not many Legacy attractions open still.
I've heard the Tennessee Tornado thrown in there as a possibility.
Is that? But they already gave it a paint half. They gave it half a paint job. Did you see Tennessee Tornado?
That's the like one that's half orange and half like brownish.
Okay, so it's funny because they repainted it, but they missed the lift hill in the back part of it. But I mean, I don't even know if that's really considered a Legacy because it didn't open until later.
But everybody knows Blazing Fury is getting refurbished. There's a sign up when you walk by it, so I wouldn't think that would be.
The only other Legacy, the only 2 that I can think of would be Rampage, the train, or Tennessee Tornado. But I really don't think I would consider Tennessee Tornado a Legacy attraction yet.
But
maybe they are.
I don't think they see. I thought they said this during the press conference, and then when I watched the press conference, I didn't hear them say this.
I think it was somebody else had said it. I think somebody had said it in a video.
I think it
and
goes
that's
back.
where it got
I
started.
think it goes back to the Pete Owens was on a podcast called Holler and Hills back in September. So that's not.
Maybe.
So I
And if
think that
that's the case, then that must have been Blazing Fury he was talking about.
it could be.
That's the only one, because I mean, I don't know what they would do with Rampage, really. There's not much they can really refurbish with it unless they take it out.
Yeah, so we're gonna assume that's probably maybe a little bit of.
I'm gonna assume they were talking about Blazing with that one. That's my assumption.
Yeah.
Maybe we're wrong though. Maybe they're gonna announce something within the next 6 months.
Yeah, and the major news, the biggest news we will get all year is the flying type ride. I guess was that what we're calling it, the flying ride coming.
And I think there's two different things I think is going on.
Yeah, going to talk about both of them because I've got coasters wrote down as rumors for this.
I do too. So I think it could possibly be an indoor coaster like outdoor coaster, but it's one of those coasters that directs you to certain scenes, that it turns you towards different scenes and stuff. And then the coaster goes outside. And here's why I think that. It's supposed to open in 2026. They are just now breaking ground.
Right.
Dark rides take a long time to make. And it's possible it's already been developed somewhere else, and so they're just enhancing it. But I don't know. That seems like a very short amount of time to get this attraction up and going. Especially if it's not even it's literally just now getting built. Right. But also the other thing is a upgraded version of Soarin'. But I just don't know, because I feel like that's the most obvious answer is Soarin'.
Right.
And they said it's something that hasn't been done yet. And Soarin's been done. So the only other thing I can think of is one of those coasters that turn you towards the scene. Like a hang glider coaster.
That wouldn't make sense, because if it's just the Soarin', which I don't know the Disney part, but I know the one in the island that I've rode, and everybody says
very similar.
So it's
similar.
Like if you're doing the same thing but themed it towards Smoky Mountains, I feel like people are just going to say, okay, yeah, it's just like Soarin' but with mountains. So
yeah, and they're saying it's different. So I'm like, I don't think it's a Soarin'. If it is, it's going to be a very, very different kind of Soarin'. I don't know. I don't know what they've got up their sleeves with this one.
But yeah, if they're going to make 2026, which sounds like a long ways away,
I'm going to estimate the end of 20. That gives them a year and a half, almost 2 years to build this attraction. I'm going to say it's probably going to be more towards the end of 2026. Maybe not. Maybe they're really going to be on it. But if they have any delays, and Big Bear was delayed quite a bit when they were building that one.
You would assume they're going to want to hit these new rides.
I think they're going to announce another ride too. I think there's two. I truly think there's two rides. Why are they building all those extra spots? Or a new land. Eric said a new land, because all of those new parking lots, the amount of spaces still doesn't make sense. That you want that many, because that many people is not going to fit in the park. They're just not.
Right. Speaking of that, the notes that I have it's a 3.5 acre place that they're building there, which I assume I think the Wildwood Grove Phase 3 is what I'm calling this. I don't know if that's the official.
That's what it is. I think, yeah.
It's the ride.
The final phase.
The ride will hold 1,000 people. I think rumored. Maybe that's. But the building is 43,000 square feet. So I don't know how good you are at math.
Just for reference, that's not what my career is in. So.
That feels like Eric Eric will probably be better to answer that question than
He would.
than
He would. He's the business person.
But
But
there's a lot of room there outside of that ride.
yeah.
So you think there's whatever this flying ride is plus another one that they
I think there's two. I think it's either two attractions and they're going to announce the second attraction when they give us more details on this one, or they're going to announce an entire new land. Because the parking spaces don't make sense. They just not that many. Not that many. If it was like one parking lot, okay, yeah, I get that. But it's quite a few parking spaces. I can't remember the exact amount. I think it was it was like 2 or 3 new lots, right?
Yeah, there's going to be a total of what was it, 750 lots total. I'm gonna hang on. Somebody said they couldn't leave a message in the chat, so I'm gonna see if I can.
Oh no, you're good.
Do that. Okay. Okay, there's my brother to the rescue. Will we ever get a second? That is
I don't know about that. I do think the train is going to be upgraded to have a second stop. I do see that coming. And that may be why the stage got taken away.
While we're kind of on that, and to his comment, have you walked? Did you walk up the hill to where the new parking lot is?
I didn't walk. No, so I can't walk up hills that high yet. But no, I could see it when we were driving, but I didn't walk up there. I will say I do like how they rerouted the preferred parking lot, though. I do like how they did that.
Yeah. So to his point, he says that I walked up it. I made a special trip to walk up it just to see what it was like. And the number one thing that stuck out to me like a blazing red light was how close you are to Wildwood Grove from that new parking lot. I mean,
oh, that is true.
It is a game changer times 10 if they build a second entrance from that parking lot to Wildwood Grove. Now, they may not be able to for the train, or they may be reasons why. I feel like the train might get in the way. But if you think about
the amount of space that the train may get in the way.
There's that little side entrance, and I got a video.
I've been through that side entrance, so it's like possible.
Dolly's van comes in,
Yeah, I've been through that, and it's when we did the media day, we went through that for Big Bear.
If you build a second entrance there, you're able to walk to the park, and you're right in Wildwood Grove. So you skip walking all the way up the hill if you're kids with strollers.
That is true.
So it is going to be they may not be able to do it, but it's going to be the first thing you notice of how close you are to Wildwood Grove, and you're going to have to go all the way around to get to it.
The only thing is they would lose that grand aha moment of entering on Show Street. But here's the thing, though. I mean, other parks have multiple entrances. I know Epcot has 2.
I saw where a pamphlet at IAPPA in Orlando said that Mack rides were currently designing for Dollywood and Epic Universe.
Do you know what Epic Universe ride it is? Because now I have another idea. It's the coaster? Okay. So maybe it is the indoor coaster then. Because I will say, Epic Universe, I don't know. Caden, do you know specifically what attraction they did for Epic Universe? I'm going to get the answer to that before I give you my thought. Because if it's not the attraction I'm thinking of, then this whole conversation is null and void.
Yeah, let us know if you know.
Yeah.
No, I'm not the
expert. Or I'll look it up. Pamphlet. I think it's. Oh no, that's not it then. I was gonna say if it's something like if they did the Ministry of Magic ride, that would the car for Ministry of Magic fits a ton of people from what the concept art shows, and it goes from like scene to scene, but it's on some kind of like a arm mover that Universal likes to use. That could be an option too. Like kind of like how the main Harry Potter attraction is in Universal, maybe something like that. They did the Star Wars Racers. I originally thought it was going to be a dark ride and a coaster. There was going to be 2 separate rides.
I thought motion ride was what I thought, but maybe that's just the comparing it to the soaring thing.
I think, yeah. Surely it's not just emotion. I mean, here's another thing that, because me and Eric talked a lot about the different attractions this weekend when we were there. I feel like Dollywood too, like they really need to also just start getting. I know they want to be like first of their kind attractions, but also just get a motion chair ride in there too, just to say you have another indoor attraction. That way people
Right.
can. That way they can get more and more towards opening all year. And when it rains, I mean, when we were driving by Sunday, we were passing the park. It was dead. It was absolutely dead because no
If
one wants to stay when it's rain. All the attractions are outside.
if you want to go to Dollywood where there's nobody there, go when it rains.
Exactly.
And
But then you can't do anything because then the
that's
attraction's shut down.
right.
And there's only like
But
3
there's nobody
food
gonna
places inside.
Yeah. But let's see here. I guess that's any.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget they want to open Show Street during off season for the resorts. I remember that. They're talking about opening Show Street up just for the resort guest on the off season. Just that Show Street area.
I mean,
But what would they do? But what would they do? That's my thing. What are they going to do? Just walk? Unless, I mean, they'll have a show, I'm sure.
I mean, they can move the.
What would they do?
They do those winter concert series that they
They
do
can
the weekends.
Ooh,
They can move that.
They can move it to. That would be smart.
Because Mark Wills sold out last year, and he was the biggest name.
That would be really smart, actually.
But this coaster and whatever this is, probably something we're going to talk about during the rumor section every time we do.
Oh yeah, because I'm up until they announce like more details, but that's just I mean, it could very well be Soarin', but I also feel like that's just the most obvious choice of what everyone's thinking is Soarin'. Like after I thought about it more, I'm like, if they're saying it's like the first of its kind and they're trying to do all this advanced stuff, it's got to be. It's more than just Soarin'. It's got to be.
Yeah, I guess moving on to the rumor section, one quick hitter. If anybody would be interested in joining the Dollywood Discord, let me know. We actually do have one, but it's not very well. But we haven't really even promoted it because we didn't know if anybody would. So let us know that. One more. I almost put this in the news and I replaced it to the rumors just in case I heard the guy wrong. But Chris Finch, who is the bass player for Kingdom Heirs, if I understood him correct, if I understood the lead singer correctly, he is not going to be playing with them this year.
Oh.
And that is potentially a big news. I have not posted this on Instagram because there's some people in the group that follow me on there, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. From my understanding, he was with them in their winter tour.
But now he's not there anymore. I wonder if something happened.
And they are not playing in the summertime. And they said they had people filling in. If you do not know, Chris Finch owns the group. So that's why that is.
Oh, that's why it's such a big deal.
That's why it's not just a normal bass player. He's the owner of it.
He's the owner. Oh.
So back in the old days, him and his brother owned it. But that's a story for but so that is just chalk that. Yeah. So that's keep that in mind. And the last one I messaged you about, and you did so. The guy that I called him the professor. I don't know if that's his name.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, he was the professor. He was. I don't know what he is now.
He looked like train employee when I saw him.
I think it's like he's supposed to be like the train, like a train conductor, like a little character for that area, trying to promote people to go on the train or talk about the train. That's the only thing I could think of.
Could be like, but he wasn't like in character. He was just kind
Oh,
of.
he wasn't?
No, he had a hat on, and he was.
Yeah.
Like, but it wasn't like he was playing the fireworks at 9:30 stick.
Well, I mean, there's nothing really going on right now, though, so
That
he
could be it.
can't.
So I don't
There's
want to say
also nothing.
could be it.
There's absolutely nothing happening right now besides the I Will Always Love You.
Yeah. So now that took a lot longer than I thought. So let's talk about opening day. I was not there opening day. You was. It was your first day back at the park in a while. Talk about
It was rough.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
The bad and the ugly is it was absolutely slammed. That was the worst that I have experienced crowd-wise at Dollywood. And considering it was pass holder, I think what it is, everyone uses their Bring a Friends that first day, which I'm sure Dollywood wants, because if they use their Bring a Friends that first day or first 2 days, guess what? They're not using it the rest of the year. So that's better crowd control, and it's possible they're buying tickets. But at the same time, it really makes the park overcrowded. It was the lines for food were like 45 minutes to an hour. I know when I was doing the cinnamon bread Goo Goo Cluster review, there was a family next to me that said they had been waiting for pizza, just for pizza, for an hour and a half. Just for pizza. Yeah. And they were not happy. Like, they were not happy. So I feel like that's an area of growth for Dollywood, is they're really going to have to start monitoring crowd control and how many people they're letting into the park at once. Because, and what made it worse, Lightning Rod was down consistently. Big Bear was down consistently. The train wasn't running. It was just a lot of things.
And you said there was a couple of shows as well that wasn't even going on.
Yeah, some of the shows weren't up and going. So, I mean, there was just a lot of opportunities. Like, if they know the park, I think that's where they really need to find a way, kind of like how Disney, and people aren't going to like this, but how Disney did have like their reservation system where they at least counted how many tickets there was going to be. Like, they, for the most part, know how many people are going to be in the parks at once, so they can plan ahead. If Dollywood would come up with a system to know how many people, or a rough estimate, they could make sure those shows are going to be opened. Add extra entertainment just to get people into different theaters. It was just really, really busy. And it was so busy. Like, if you watched my Best of the Fest or my I Will Always Love You festival, it was a couple of the food items. It was rough. They were out of things multiple times. So the good news is that it was still a lot of fun. I got to see a lot of my old friends, my old vlogger friends that I haven't seen in forever. And it was just nice being back in Dollywood in general, like just the whole ambiance, even though I didn't really go on too much, just being in that area, being in Dollywood was great.
And on those days like that, you're not writing anything.
Oh no.
And so you're pretty much just wandering around. Like Dolly is there, you got the parade and stuff. But like, you can't even really, I doubt you could even really take good pictures that day, because there were probably people there.
I got some, but I think the main part of my content was that second day, because it was so funny. Pass holder day, it wasn't busy. When I got there, it wasn't busy, and it really wasn't that busy all day for not pass holder day, for the actual opening day.
Oh,
it wasn't very busy.
I think there was a little bit of weather on the first.
They were supposed to get a lot of bad storms, and they ended up not. Now the wind was rough.
Oh yeah, that was the tornado.
But that was all we got. Yeah. But it wasn't but pass holder day, I mean, I waited to even get into the park. From Dreammore to get into the park was over an hour for me.
Ooh.
It was a long Like, because I had texted Eric when I got to like the turnstiles and from there just to the park, it was probably about 45 minutes. Because they also weren't running all the trams.
Yeah, and like that was one reason why when I was on the fence about going, I just had to make the hard decision.
Yeah.
I just know it's not going to be worth it, since I
Yeah.
wasn't guaranteed to get into the media event and then the parade. I went to Passover Day last year, and the wait times were extremely low, but the entertainment at the food lines were extremely long. If you want to ride rides when Dolly was through the park, that probably would be a good time.
That would be the best time. And I think some of the reasons why the lines were so long for the rides was because the two big rides were down all day. So it really just I think it just kind of made it a little bit worse in regards to the attractions. But I will say towards the end of the night, like when it hit around, because I have a coaster video I'm posting this tomorrow. I got on the last hour. I got on Tennessee Tornado, Eagle, and Big Bear within the last hour. So the last couple hours it died off. It was pretty slow those last few hours.
Yeah, and as Kaden says, the food lines went on those busy days. That is one of the top things that does get busy is the food. So when you're there on those busy days like Passover Day, probably not going to get the cinnamon bread.
No. Or you're going to be waiting a while for it.
Yeah.
We did get cinnamon bread Sunday or Saturday. And it was amazing. It was my first cinnamon bread of the season. And it was so great. Even getting it from the bakery, it was great.
So any other things about the opening weekend as far as like the specifics of that? And we'll move on.
Not really.
One of the bigger areas was the country fair that they promoted. What did you think about the
yes I'm gonna comment on what Kaden said, because 100% I even said that out like multiple times this weekend.
I agree with
they need more indoor. They do. I thought the new one was going to be indoor. I swear they originally said it was supposed to be an indoor eating area, and then they put it outdoor.
Yeah, I talked to somebody whose wife, I think, is part of the food stuff at Dollywood, supposedly. And he told me that it was going to be a fast casual place along the lines of whatever that is in Wildwood Grove.
That's just another thing they need. They truly need more because that kind of brings us back to they want to open more. They don't want people to leave the parks when it rains, when it snows. You need places for people to go inside. Like I know at Disney, they have all of the places that you can eat. The vast majority, even quick services, it's indoors. So like Cosmic Rays is huge. It's indoors. It's a fast food, but it gets you out of the rain. But yeah, Kaden, we'll sign a petition.
Yeah,
because I agree. They need indoors.
They need more of that. They need more something that's a sit down style. That's not a high end, but not a.
They need something like Reds. That's a quick service, but it's indoors. That's what they need, something like that. Another one.
Yeah. The country fair section. What were your thoughts on it from what you was expecting into what it was?
I mean, it kind of was what I was expecting. I will say the splash pad was a lot cuter than I thought. I thought it was just going to be a little thrown together, but it was actually really cute. And the kids, from what I saw, loved it. Like the kids were having the time of their lives. So I think it looks very, very, you can tell they're trying to modernize it 100%. I do see where they are saying that they're going to expand it and add more things over the next several years. It does need more stuff, but they're going in the right direction. I will say they're going in a very good direction.
If you were,
I did get confused on how to get there though. I got lost. The main entrance, I got lost because they blocked it.
Well, oh, yeah, I
I
saw
had to
that.
like go around.
Yeah, as far additions, it's pretty much just a splash pad.
It's just the splash pad, yeah.
The little barn thing you see
I
is
like I can
there,
see it a little better.
and there's some places to sit down, and they do have grass carpet in there. I know Brett's like, and it is quality
Hmm.
grass carpet. It's not going to last. They're going to have to change it by the end of the year
I
because
didn't pay attention to that.
it's already matted down quite a bit for it to be that early in the. But yeah, that's pretty much it. They've reshaped some of the the fair games and stuff.
Yeah. I liked how they kept them though.
Yeah.
I need cuter plushes. They weren't as cute this time, and I was very sad. If you're not a plush person, you wouldn't get that, but they weren't cute enough for me. Any new additions or changes to
Oh,
Splash Country? They've said anything.
oh, Splash Country. Yeah, that's a good question.
I
I
wonder
have
if they'll
not.
say some. They may announce closer to Splash Country opening.
I would think that would have already came out.
Then there probably is not anything really new.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I've not.
I don't know.
They
I love
mustn't.
Splash Country though, but
They
I'm a
mustn't.
water girl.
They must not be. But yeah, overall, it feels like Country Fair, as we kind of alluded to last time. This is year one of a several year phase.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. But yeah, Brentwood Splash Country, we haven't heard anything yet because they've not really announced anything. I'm waiting for them to announce a new thing for that though, like maybe a new slide or something. I don't know. I feel like water parks aren't as popular as they used to, which is sad. But
But yeah, but the entrance to the Country Fair is, like you said, in a different spot. The best way to get to Country Fair is still by Dogs and Taters, so that is still the
yeah,
easiest way to get there, unless you have
yeah.
to pay by the train. Um, the construction around the park, like far as there was so much of this stuff, hard to even say. But did anything stick out to you around?
Not really. I didn't
I
really
know,
see much construction
like far as like
besides the
maybe,
restaurant.
maybe I shouldn't say construction, like changes, like different, like I noticed as you go in the park and you go up the left, the little wooden fence type things have been
Oh
changed.
yeah, they've like they're like new fencing and stuff. Yeah, I
Yeah, so
saw
things
that.
like that. But you know, like I saw there was some roller coasters had new paint, and some roofs had some
Just
new.
refurbished stuff.
But
Yeah,
I
they
think
just kind of upgraded
I think
things.
they said there was 100 of those. So we, did you get the chance to see any shows that stuck out to you?
Yeah, I saw the trio with Three Times a Lady. I think I saw all of them except Heidi Parton was the only one I didn't see because she wasn't there. So I didn't get to see that one. But yeah, all the other shows I got to see. The sing along's cute, I will say. I like how they have like a cartoon dolly that talks to you during
Right.
it.
Yeah.
That's really cute. But yeah, From the Heart was I really enjoyed From the Heart. It dragged a little bit for me towards the end, but it was that's probably the best show they've done by far. Quality
Yeah.
wise, I was incredibly impressed.
Yeah, that's a really good show. I think
I see why it won an award.
the one critique I would have of that show is that I think the female singers are better than the male singers.
Oh,
In
they're all
partic-
better than me. So
Yeah, but I can't sing. But there's one female singer that to me stands out amongst
mhm.
but a couple of
Yeah.
them, you know.
But yeah, overall the quality was great though. Like you can tell they put more time, effort, and budgeting into this one. You really could tell that. It came out.
Yeah, the Three Times a Lady is one of my favorites. I mean, that's a really good a good show.
They did really good. Yeah. I saw that one.
And that one is going away here after this festival.
I wonder if From the Heart's going away.
It should be
I
here.
would think.
It should be here. If it's like last year, it'll be here one more festival.
Oh, it does. Oh, so they do both festivals for that show.
They
Okay.
did last
That
year.
makes sense. Because I was going to say that'd be really sad if it just goes away after a month.
Yeah, so it should be there for this festival, and then they'll move that over to
That makes sense. Yeah.
the bubble stuff, and then the signature music. But like, did you get to watch a sing along show with anybody that like made it more fun or anything?
No. I
Cause
went
like,
at really random times. Like we all, like me and like my friends, we all went on the opposite. We were all on opposite schedules of what we were doing. So,
and
nope, just me jamming out.
you mentioned the Heidi Parton show. I did see that one, and it looked to be the same show as last year. I did not see
Yeah.
any changes. Um, the other thing in that, speaking of that theater that we talked about some last week, was the, what do you call the movies? It's called Heart Song Movie.
Oh, Heart Song.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
I don't.
It was the show.
It was
It
this.
wasn't
It wasn't a new movie.
I will say the quality was so much better.
It was
The you can tell they upgraded it. It was very, very more like much more clear, much just better quality. I mean, here's my thing about that. I don't think they should have changed theaters. I think it should have stayed where it was. They should have kept the effects. They should have kept the water, the waterfalls when they go off around. That's what made that movie. That movie was meant to have that full surround sound, special effects. So just being in a theater where you just watch it like a regular show and there's some lights that flicker, it takes you out of that. Like if you didn't experience it before, then you wouldn't know. But because those of us who did go to the original, it's a very big downgrade. It is. And I'm really disappointed they made that. That's probably, of everything that's happened so far, that is probably the biggest thing that I am the most annoyed with, was their decision to move that movie.
Yeah, and that park, they changed the steps going up to the Imagination Playhouse. I just now realized, like they used to be.
I didn't see that.
I'll have to go back and confirm that, but they're just like regular bricks.
But yeah, it makes sense. Heart Song makes sense where it is. It makes sense in the Dolly Parton experience, but I just feel like they should have either created a more immersive experience out of it and maybe created a whole new theater for it, or maybe long term that's what they've got planned. But that was kind of, it's just like watching a movie.
It feels like if you don't change that this year, the actual movie, I don't think you're going to be able to change it to like it. And I actually like the way, I kind of like that it's the old movie. I think so.
Well, the movie didn't change. It was like the effects that they took out, because there's no way for them to have the effects. So like parts where like where it was raining and then the waterfalls would go off, of like the actual waterfalls would go off around you and then the water would spray on you. Like those are the things that made that show. Not having it, it's kind of, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of boring. It kind of is just boring. It's like one of those shows at Disney that you go to relax and just get out of the heat. Because they took the experience away.
And I did record all like 15 minutes of the video, which I probably shouldn't have. I just got to go.
Oh yeah, yeah. They said you can get cut. Be careful of that. You can get copyright.
I haven't uploaded it to anybody. So yeah, I don't.
Yeah, the movie's the exact same. The only thing they changed on the movie was just the quality. And again, they did great with that. The quality was 20 times better.
There's a scene in that movie, and I need to ask. You can ask Eric or somebody else. That there's the old ride that you've heard about, the old motion ride that was in that park, Thunder Road. I think it's the same clip in that movie. There's a few seconds that I think is the same in that movie that was in there. It's like the same barn they go across, but I need to.
I'll have to ask Eric and see what he says. Because he remembers the motion chair ride, I think. So
yeah, I mean it's toward the beginning, but
where like the
it
like flies you over.
Like
yeah,
I think that part's the same.
It may be. I want to say maybe Eric's mentioned that before.
The food. You sound like you got more of the festival food than I did.
Yes, I got, I think, 10 items total.
It sounds like some. Well, I don't want to speak for you. Well, so what did you think of it?
I mean, it boils back down to the same issue I had before I took a break from the parks and from YouTube. The first weekend, that should be when they're on top of it. They should have them, the host should be trained. They should have food in stock. And when I get the turkey sweet potato, they literally gave me turkey and sweet potatoes and some kind of a random brown gravy. It wasn't the turkey gravy. I didn't get the aioli, and I didn't get the corn salad. Like the stuff that was specifically for the dish, I got turkey and potatoes. They were both fine. They tasted okay. But the other issue was because they didn't put the correct gravy on it, I ate one bite and then it hit me how dark the gravy was. I was like, oh God, I bet this is beef gravy. And I had to stop eating it because I don't eat red meat. So I was just really disappointed in that. The barbecue chicken sandwich, which was one of the best things I had. The barbecue chicken sandwich was really good, but the onions weren't on there. We got it again this weekend with the onions, and again, it made the sandwich. But it was like, for my initial review, I didn't get it. So it's just multiple things missing on that first day. I get they were busy, but at the same time, they should be able, again, they should know how many people to expect and then prepare for that or train the host. But overall, it was really good. All the other food, the like I said, the chicken sandwich was great. The ice cream donut is an absolute mess, but good.
That did look good.
It's so messy.
That was my pick of the stuff that you got that I would eat.
It's so messy. The best one was the spinach artichoke, the potato, and the pizza. The pizza took the cake for me. The spinach pizza at Iron Horse was so good. And then we got from the ice cream shop. I actually liked the milkshake better than I liked the donut. But I don't like being all sticky and messy. So.
Like it's the tasting. Like there's a whole episode I want to do on food eventually. But how did the tasting pass change? Because I think you were there by yourself one day.
It really didn't. Maybe the
So was it
price
like-
increased. I think it was like $42.99 without a pass, if I remember.
Because at times when I've got the tasting pass by myself, it's like it becomes a lot to eat, like with all the other stuff, and it's more of a time, not a calorie standpoint.
Yeah, time it. So like what I did was I was there for 2 days, so I ate I had the turkey and the chicken sandwich the first day, and then the second day I had 2 of them. Or I used the rest of the pass that second day, and then we got another pass this past weekend when we went to try the rest of the food.
Now I think the food closes at 7 o'clock for this festival, from what I was told. I don't know. The park closes at
8.
8.
And the festival booths close at 7.
Yeah.
Again, I don't. I think they should keep those open until the end.
Yeah, but, like I got I got the refillable bucket for the.
Oh yeah.
You can do the kettle corn or the pork rinds, and that, so that is back. So what was the best thing you ate? The chicken?
Probably the pizza. Probably the artichoke pizza. That was my favorite.
No, that's the flat bread pizza, right?
No, it was an actual like pizza. That was the best thing I ate. Like by far, that pizza made the entire festival for me. I got the funnel cake too. The funnel cake is really tricky though, because it says on the website it's a cheesecake funnel cake. Nowhere in the park did it mention that, and I did not taste cheesecake at all. So I don't know where the cheesecake went, but it was not involved in that funnel cake.
Yeah. You think that was another issue of them not having it? But you said it wasn't on the picture, right?
I think maybe they originally planned to do a cheesecake flavored funnel cake and then last minute didn't do it. And so they pulled it, but then didn't upgrade the website. So this was I don't know if you can see it. No, I don't think it's going to come through.
A little bit.
Yeah, I think it's hard.
But
no, it's probably on our Instagram somewhere. But the pizza was the best for me.
That was one of the big changes not big, I shouldn't say. One of the positive changes last year was the funnel cake. They went away from the microscope funnel cake.
I didn't know they did that. It was a very fun surprise to get a full funnel cake. I was like, okay, thank you. I thought they messed up, and then Ryan was sitting next to like across from me where I was at when I was filming, and he had informed me that it's permanent now. So
his wife,
it's almost too much. I threw half of that away.
His wife made a cameo in your video, by the way.
Yeah, and it's funny. I made one in theirs. We were there at the exact same time, though, so that's why.
But yeah, that's where I guess that I said it in a way, but like when you go with a tasting pass, you really need a second person there, because I know, like for me, like I got the cinnamon bread, and I ate the whole thing by myself because I didn't want to carry it around the park.
Hey, no judgment.
And
it's good.
I
eat, if Eric's not there, I'm gonna be honest, I eat half of what I get, if that, and then I end up throwing the rest away. So I mean, kind of is wasteful, but it's good. It's cheaper than buying it individually, I think. For some things, don't get the drinks. Don't waste your pass on the drinks. That's such a waste.
Yeah, and I did not see any changes with anything to do with drinks. Did you?
It wasn't anything. I mean, the drinks, they had a hot chocolate in 70-degree weather and then a hot cranberry drink. And then the cranberry spritzer they've had every year. Like, the drinks weren't anything to write home about. There's better drink options. But again, for the Flower Festival, they've got like 44 new options. So I'm interested in what that's going to be.
They had the peanut butter. What was it? The peanut butter
hot chocolate.
Sounded great, but like you said, I didn't need it.
It's too hot.
I will go on a small rant about. I get a lot of slushy drinks, and I forgot my metal straw, and I had to use one of those confounded paper straws. You literally cannot drink it. That's how bad.
I have like a little to-go straw that I bring with me. Yeah.
I just forgot it. And
but I think I heard somebody complain about those too, but I think it's important to remember that there's a lot of animals and ducks that go around the parks, and that can be very harmful to them if they don't have the paper straws. Kind of like how Disney has to have their paper straws because there's animals. Like, I don't want the ducks to eat plastic straws. So I support the paper straws. Did they really?
They had it in two places last year. You could get.
Maybe ducks got hurt.
You could get. Now, they could have been there, but the one spot.
Maybe the ducks got hurt. And they ate them.
About halfway through, I just had to swap over to regular drinks because I literally couldn't make myself some drink because the straw.
We got we have reusable metal straws that literally collapse to like a little tiny thing that we just put in our bag, and it just stays there. It's helpful. But yeah, some other people I heard complain about the straws, and I'm like, well, I support not harming animals.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt any animals either, but I would like to be able to drink with my straw.
Without your straw.
Yeah.
I will say it is annoying. It is I get it. Like, I don't drink slushy drinks. Like, I'm not a slushy person, but Eric is, and they annoy him to no end. So,
did you notice how long the line was to get drinks? Like people buying drinks?
I didn't, but I'm also not I drink just water now. So, I mean, I don't really, or mostly I just drink water. So I really didn't pay much attention. I will say when I did go to the fountains to like refill our water bottle up, they didn't seem that busy.
I know, like the one day I went, it was like noticeably busy. Like there was a long line just to. I bet there was a 15-20 minute wait just to pay for your drinks.
Oh my gosh. Wait, where did you get them from?
I got one from about everywhere.
I was like, don't get it from the ice cream shop. You'll be there forever.
Well, I always just do like the refillable ones, but like.
Oh yeah.
But I just saw like the slushy lines, like the one in Country Fair and the one going up toward the roller coaster were two of the ones.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
We talked a little bit about merchandise. Is there anything specifically that stuck out?
My lounge flies.
Other than the ears?
The lounge flies, yeah. Oh yeah, the ears.
Like the ears you're wearing?
The ears, the lounge flies. I'm a fan of those. I will say their merchandise game has really improved since the last time I was at Dollywood. The shirts are very, very cute. I think I got like 3 or 4 shirts this past weekend. They're very cute. The merchandise, the actual designs on them, so much better. So much better. And yeah, I need more of these.
And your one video,
in adult size,
was that you mentioned the quality you thought were better on the shirts.
It is. Oh gosh, yeah. The quality of their merchandise is 100 times better than what it was. Like even with these, like I said, these are so much better. It's actual like cloth material. So.
We have another vote for plastic straws.
Oh.
But we're like the. I feel like there's more stickers there now too. Like little bit stickers. I always put those on cups.
There is. There's more pins too.
They surprisingly didn't have those till like about last year or so.
Yeah.
But they have a 40th anniversary sticker that I bought. I thought the guys' hats were pretty good. Sometimes
the girls' hats are good.
Yeah,
and I don't even wear hats.
That's one thing that Dollywood does good on is like hats that like not that I'm a stylish guy necessarily, but like hats that I would buy and wear out in public. And I know on cruises that's something I struggle with because they're all for old men.
Hey, eventually I've got to talk to you about cruises actually, because I'm going on a cruise line that I have no idea what it is. So I've got to talk to you about that. It's MSC. It's not Dollywood, but I don't know what that is. But yeah, the hats for the girls are really cute too. I almost got one and then I realized I don't wear hats, but
and
I wear headbands.
And they had some clearance stuff too. They had, of course, they had a lot of 40th anniversary stuff. Oh, one more thing on the food I bought for the first time, and it was really good, was the sugar cream pretzel. It was really
the which
good.
Pretzel?
The sugar cream pretzel, the food trucks.
Oh yeah, is that Sugar Queen?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, it was really
so good. I think I've had everything they offer, and I have not had one thing from them that is bad.
Yeah,
not one.
I bought that, and I got the French onion soup.
Ooh, I bet that's good.
I think I rated it a 6 out of 10.
Oh,
and that was more like because of the size. It was like, it was small.
Well,
and the bread was hard.
Yeah, we went to Front Porch Cafe. I got the pasta, but Eric got that new pretzel chicken sandwich. It's literally their butterfly pretzels as a sandwich. I feel like they should have done an actual bun, because it was watching him try to eat that thing was the highlight of my day. Like it was the most amusing thing. Pretzels themselves, I don't think are meant to be a sandwich. I think the whole thing is you make pretzel buns, not just pretzels as a sandwich. It's a cute concept. It's very Instagrammable.
as far as the festival decorations, I think the only two there is the love sign and then the little pink tassels, right?
Yeah, I do like how they did the pink umbrellas. Like that was a cute touch.
Um, did you notice in the sign that you can take a picture of that says 40th anniversary? As you walk up the hill to the left, it's already falling apart.
Up the hill.
Like
I've
toward the
seen
left,
two of them. I saw
like
the one
close.
in the Emporium and I saw the one by Dogs and Taters. Is there
It's just
another
the
one?
one. It's just the one that's beside the sort of like where the exit would be going to the preferred parking. That way.
Oh yeah, I saw that one's already fallen apart. Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
notice that.
yeah. Like the letters are like there's like 3 letters that are already off of it.
Oh gosh.
I bet most of
Again, quality.
it. So, um,
Quality.
the
Yikes. Well,
there's a
surely they'll fix it by May. They've got till
yeah.
May to fix it.
This guy has some super glue. There's a festival tour. There's a festival tour going on for $80. I think Katie, I heard her say she took it. And it sounded like she enjoyed it. Have you heard anything about it?
I haven't heard anything. I was very tempted to do it though. It was very tempting, but no, we haven't heard much about it. I haven't never really done any of those tours. I think if I was to do a tour, it would be for like the summer festival or fall or Christmas. Those would be my 3 options for a festival.
And it sounds like there's one coming for the spring as well.
Oh, probably like how like behind the scenes of the flowers and stuff, how they make the topiaries.
The last thing on my note was the play on show. That is, even though I don't think we necessarily had a whole lot more news about it, we talked about it a little bit. That was the last thing. That will be the big
Eric
thing.
wants to see the magic show in it. I want to see the tones.
I think my raccoon that I bought years ago was long gone. Which somebody did.
Oh.
It was like a little puppet thing they had.
Like a little raccoon puppet. That's cute.
Yeah. I have heard. I need to ask him. Like I heard that there's still a quarter laying on the ground from that magic show, but I have not found that in years. I think that may be an old wives' tale.
Huh. Like over there where it was at?
Yeah, like on the ground somewhere, but I've looked for it.
You're going to have me going over there trying to look on the ground, trying to find a quarter.
Well, is there any other things that we missed?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, in 2 weeks would that be the day after the weekend after the spring starts?
Ooh, I think it starts the week of the 14th. Let me double check.
Yeah, the 14th is the last day of the festival, as most people probably
That's
know.
the 14th. And I think, the flower festival starts, Good Friday. Yep. That's the next time I'll be up there. Unless we decide to go before then.
That might be the shortest show we do all year because there's not a whole lot to talk about with the Spring Festival.
I don't know. There's a lot of food coming. Like a lot. They're really amping it up with the food for the flower. That's their big sell for it. Is the food there's 44 in addition new options in addition to what they had. I don't know where they're going to put these. I'm assuming new booths are going to pop up throughout the park. Is what I'm assuming is going to happen.
Does Dollywood still have a help shortage? Because I saw some.
Yes.
I saw signs.
Yes. As backed up as those lines were, yes, they've got to.
And I saw some places closed down, that you don't need a lot of people closed down.
Yeah.
Like the drink station as you go in before Big Bear was closed. And then in the afternoon it was open. And that's there's some things like that I saw. I didn't remember seeing.
No, I think they are very much on a hiring they need more hosts. They do. That was very obvious that first weekend, I will say.
Yeah. Well, any Anything else? Or we're 20 minutes over here.
Not that I can think of.
But yeah, well, we're gonna try to get my buddy Lewis back. He next time that way.
I know I miss him. I haven't talked to him in forever.
He was.
I mean,
there,
I talked to him online, but not like
He was
this.
there the same day you was.
Was he really?
Saturday.
Oh, I must have missed him.
I don't think he was able to stay too long. It didn't sound like. But
It was also very hot that first day.
Yeah. Oh,
So.
Well, go ahead and plug your stuff if anybody's watching this on replay.
Oh, just Theme Park Vision everywhere. You can search Theme Park Vision, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, of course, YouTube. That's where the bulk of our stuff is. So yeah, just Theme Park Vision and all the above, and we'll pop up somewhere.
And you said you had a video coming tomorrow, right?
Yes, I did a coaster challenge. How many coasters I could do in the last hour of the park. I was very disappointed, but it's fine. I tried my best. And I literally ran to Big Bear from Eagle in 5 minutes. That officer looked at me like I was, or the security guard looked at me like I was insane. So.
Speaking of coaster, Lightning Rod was closed when I got there the first day.
It was closed when I was there.
Up, so
I think they're having issues with it again, and it's very obvious.
That wouldn't be the Legacy refurb. Right?
Big Bear as well. I think they chose to go with the
close too a little bit.
Multiple times. It wasn't just. I think Dollywood is starting, and I'm hoping they're starting to realize choosing the cheaper option isn't always the best option. So they chose to go with the cheaper launch system from Vekoma. And now I have a feeling they're going to have to upgrade it. Once this what I'm guessing is going to happen, and this is just a guess, this is just a rumor. Whenever that new attraction opens up, I bet Big Bear goes down for an extended period of time because they've got to fix the launches.
Really?
That's my guess. I mean, it's down quite a bit. It has more downtime than that, and Lightning Rod, between the two of them, I mean, they're down almost all the time. I think choosing the cheaper launch system was not Dollywood's best decision. So hopefully they learn. Don't just because it's cheaper doesn't mean it's better. Because now long term, look what happened to Lightning Rod. How much money have they spent in that?
That's what your parents always told you, and you never listened to them. But now they were probably right.
Literally, that's what Dollywood's going through right now. But yeah, I think when the new attraction opens up, I have a feeling Big Bear is eventually going to go down for an extended period of time so they can fix the launch system. So that's just my guess. It's down. It's down a lot. So I would hope they're going to fix it.
I know I still need to put out my parking lot video. But I might. I might have to go back and redo the video. I mean, not video, like the audio. So
this is my first challenge. I'm doing a lot more challenge videos this year because we're doing more. We were going to do more Disney, but we're kind of pulling back on going to Disney as much this year as what was originally planned. So we're going to do a lot more like Gatlinburg area, Pigeon Forge, Dollywood, just random things. So we're trying to come up with different ideas.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and sign off now. Thanks for joining me.
All right. You're welcome.
Have to do it, and we'll try to do it again here in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Just let me know. Everyone have a great night.
Right,
Bye.